Describing people. Right. So here are some similar topics for describing people. Okay. And now, can you help me read some of the topics out loud? Anne, hello. Wake up, Earth, to Anne.
Me?
Yeah. Is there another person named Anne in our class?
Describe a successful person. Describe a successful sport person you admire. Describe a business person you know. Describe a person who always have interesting ideas or opinions. Describe an interesting person you have not met but would like to know more about. Describe a person who enjoys cooking for others. Describe something you know you have recently moved to a new place. Describe someone in your area who often helps others.
Yeah. So when it comes to a successful person, who do you often think about, Anne? Anne ơi?
Maybe my father?
Your father? What does he do?
Not not really success, but I think that uh describe it.
Doesn't have to be really successful. I mean, just
No,
to
no,
a
no.
certain extent.
That. Just to some extent.
Then what does he do?
He actually a businessman, and the thing is he didn't have he doesn't have any education qualified.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's actually now he can do some, I think, the powerful job in the country. I don't really know exactly what that job, but it's something that high salaries person, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. You don't really know much about your dad, huh?
So because he never taught me about that. And he said that he couldn't reveal anything. I just know he worked at tech tech company
That
and
company.
he
Yeah. I mean, even if he says something, you probably wouldn't understand, huh?
yeah.
It's technology related stuff, very complicated. Computer language and whatnot. That makes sense. Yeah, tech is always a necessary part of our life. So, of course, if you are, a value member of the company, a technology company, you're gonna make a lot of money in the range of possibly 50 to 100 million a month, if not more. Which goes to show you, Anne, why do you need to go to university then? Your dad follow the footstep of your dad.
What can you repeat?
Yeah, I'm saying that your dad didn't go to university, right?
Yes.
And he's still successful. So why do you need to go to university?
Well, he faced a lot of obstacle and she success in a very late
Uh,
age. So he didn't want me to face the thing that he had to face.
yeah.
My path to be like easier.
Hopefully, college will make it easier. No, so when we talk about describing a person, yeah, generally you want to have a starting sentence, okay? You just use some simple phrases like this. I'm gonna talk about something, or I want to talk about something. But I want you guys to also add a little bit of who here, a relative clause, to help you improve your grammar a little bit, huh? Show off that grammar range. So when it comes to famous person, I usually talk about Elon Musk. Uh, electric cars and stuff. So here's my answer. I say something like this. Okay. Now, can you help me read out the sentence?
Today I'm going to talk about one of the richest men on earth, who's the owner of an electric car company called Tesla.
Electric, not electric. Electric.
Electric.
And I'm not saying going to. I say
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna talk about. It's good to say gonna because it provides a better flow of speech instead of I'm going to. I'm gonna talk about. So now, why don't you talk about the business person? Yeah, you know,
Um, hmm,
using this structure.
um, Today I'm gonna talk about Phạm Nhật Vượng, which is Who's the owner of a very very big company called Vin Group, which specified in um,
Not
properties.
specify, yeah. Usually we say specializes in property, yes. Or we call it bất động sản. What's bất động sản in English? Real
estate. Yeah.
real estate, yeah. Any other industry that he's in?
The
Oh, you
electric
should.
car industry.
Electric car manufacturing, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
He
Real
runs
estate thì Win Homes này, electric car là VinFast, Vin gì đấy nhỉ?
healthcare.
Vinpearl,
Vinmec.
Vinmec, yes. The hospital, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Many things to say if you want to talk about Phạm Đình Vượng. I know a lot of students also like to talk about him because there's many things to say. Vin Group is specializing in so many different sectors. Okay. So first, when we want to talk about someone, okay, I think we should learn to describe the age, okay, if we choose to do so. Normally, we would use the structure years old, right? 22 years old. But in English, we have another expression, especially if you don't know their exact age. So we could say something like this, okay? And now, repeat.
She is in her early 20s.
Early 20s. In American English, yeah? Sometimes we remove the T and we say 20s. 20s. Early 20s, okay? When you speak fast. Rồi. Now, early 20 is around 21 to 23, okay? What if the person is 24 to 26? Yeah, what do we say? Middle 20s? No, we say mid 20s. Yeah, we don't say middle. What about 27 to 28, yeah, guys? 29? What's the opposite of early?
Late
Late
20s.
Late 20s. That's right. Or sometimes you can just say she's a young adult. That's another expression, okay? So moving on to the next person, yeah? Now.
He's 45 years old.
If we use this expression, then how would we say?
He's in his mid 50s, mid 40s.
No, mid 40s. That's right. Okay, mid 40s. How old is your father now?
Yeah, he's in his mid 40s.
Mid 40s, yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah.
40s. When someone is near their 50 years of age, right? We often call người trung niên nữa. Do you know what trung niên is in English?
I don't know, unfortunately.
No? You say something else? I can't hear anything.
Senior.
A senior? No, not a senior. Người trung niên. Trung? What trung in English? Giữa? Middle, yes. Middle Z?
Middle age.
Yes, middle age, okay? So middle-aged man. So, good. Now, moving on to the last person today, yeah? And now. And hello.
In his late 60.
68, yeah.
So it's
Late 60s. Late 60s, okay? Do you know anyone who is in their late 60s, Anne?
grandparents.
Your parents?
Grandparents.
Oh,
Grandparents.
okay. Yeah, my bad. Grandparent. Yeah, late 60s. Sometimes when people at this age, they usually stop working, right? So we say they are
Retard.
retired. Yeah, don't say retard. Now, that's a different word.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
Okay. Retired. That's
Yeah.
good. So now here I have a little activity to see how well and how quickly you guys can remember these expressions. So I want one of you to say a number from 21 to 99. Uh, and another person will use the similar appropriate expressions to say that number. Okay? Mhm. For example, I say Nam, 47. Nam, you have to say
Um, he's in his late 40s.
late 40s. Very good. Okay? Or middle-aged, whichever. And then you say a number to me from 21 to
52.
99. What is it? 52?
Yeah.
Well, early 50s, something like that. So the faster you do it, the better, okay? So now, let's start like a competition to see who's faster. Nam and An, yeah? So Nam will say a number to An, and then An will say a number back, okay? Nam, you start first, Nam.
19. I know.
No,
See.
21 and above, huh?
26.
What?
26.
She is in her mid seven. Wait.
Wait, what?
20s.
Mid-20s, okay? Now, An, say a number to An, to Nam, quickly.
39.
He's in his late 30s.
Late 30s, okay? One more on Nam, keep going, faster.
67.
He has retired.
Uh-huh.
84.
84.
He's in his mid 80s.
Okay, very good. Now, so let's try to use some of the expressions here to describe somebody that we know, okay? Maybe if I'm in Vương, maybe successful person or anyone, okay? So I'll start first. Yeah, my grandmother now is probably in her early 80s. She's getting pretty old now. She's having some medical conditions, so but who doesn't, People at this age. So, I now describe somebody, age.
Can you repeat? I think my
Describe the
connection.
describe the age of somebody you know.
I think you are in the late 20s. Guess.
Really? How are you so good at guessing my age?
No, I just.
Yeah, actually, I'm now 29. Oh no, I'm 29 next month. Till 28. Okay, it's good guess. Now.
My grandmother-in-law is in her early 70s, and she
Uh,
goes for a walk around 3 kilometers every day
oh
afternoon.
yeah, that's
In the
pretty good.
afternoon.
That's more than me. I sit around 3 hours a day at my
Yeah.
computer. Okay, now, of course, when you guys think about talking about ages, right? We tend to not have a lot of things to say. So I want you to contrast your age or the age of the person you talk to with health, knowledge, or success. Okay? Đối lập lại một tí. Yeah. So here are some suggestions for you guys. Okay? Your job is to fill in the blank with your own ideas. So I will start first here. As an example for you, here's my sentence. Now, can you read the sentence?
Um, my young sister is in her mid-20s, but her health is still amazing. She always stays in shape and keeps fit. I guess the reason is she pays attention to her health a lot and always tries to do regular exercise.
Yeah, I'll try to regular exercise, which is something that you guys should do as well. Okay, so Anna, fill in the blank with anyone you want to talk about.
She is in her mid-20s, but her health is very bad. I guess the reason is she spent a lot of time surfing the internet at night that make her have had a problem with her partner, yeah, kidney.
Kidney,
Yeah, her kidney.
câu thật là gì ạ? The kidney, okay? Now thì không nhớ kidney thì cứ nói là something wrong with her organs, right? Or her body. Very good. Your kidney. Are you just talking about yourself, Anne? Are you describing yourself?
Yeah, I think that I have to have a kidney check after summer break.
Yeah, I think so too. You should stop drinking milk tea. That's the first thing.
Actually, I don't usually drink milk tea.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I stay up too late at night.
like I actually believe it. Okay, stayed up late. Well, I used to stay up late, just probably more than you guys, playing games until 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, and then nothing happened to my kidney. So maybe it's the combination of staying up late, not drinking enough water, and I don't know, milk tea, drinking not too much milk tea. So moving on to the next one there. Nam now, talking about your dad.
Although my dad is in his early 50s, he still keeps fit. He still stay in shape, you know. He
Mhm.
can actually
Then,
run for an hour and also play table tennis with me.
which is very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, table tennis. Yeah, I really like a family where the dad can spend time with the child. Yeah, sometimes parents are so busy and they have completely different interests, so it's kind of hard to get along. That's good. Your family is not in that case. The next one, yeah. My grandfather has retired, however, but now I want you to contrast it with knowledge, okay? Something he's very smart in, maybe giving you some advice. Here's my example sentence. And now, can you read?
My grandpa has retired now, but every time I come back to my hometown to see him, he still gives me great advice. One time he told me that life is tough. You gotta use failure as life lessons and never give up.
Yeah, tough, yeah, không phải tough, tough. It should be one time, maybe not once time. My bad. Yeah, one time he told me life is tough. You gotta use failure as life lesson and never give up. So, and now contrast with your grandfather. Come
My
on.
grandpa has retired now, but every time I come back to my hometown to see him, he still teach me lots of history lesson.
Mm.
He actually used to be a military, so she has many experience with it and have very great stories that not published in some articles or paper.
Can you tell me one of the stories?
No, I uh, actually make it up.
What? It was getting interesting. Man. Okay, so it should be he teaches, yeah? Very common mistakes when it comes to the present simple tense. He teaches. Okay, so the next one will be no suggestion from me, okay? You have to do it on your own. We start with Khánh Vi, common popular idol on the internet for young people like yourself. Nam nào.
One of my idols is Khánh Vi. Although she's still in her mid-20s, she has achieved a lot of success.
Mhm.
Success. You know,
Success.
success. You know, she's the MC in the Blackpink show
Uh,
previously in this year, and she was great. She can translate a lot of Korean into Vietnamese.
which was very impressive. Okay. Now, one thing to note is the word MC. Yeah. Now, of course, it's okay to say MC, but generally in America, we don't use the word MC too many times. We just say TV host or a TV presenter. Okay, that's more common. So you could say, yeah, actually, there was one time I saw her being a TV host for a Blackpink show. And she was translating Korean to Vietnamese so that everybody could understand. Very, very impressive. Okay. Rồi, good. Last one now. Ronaldo nè. Ooh,
Really?
yeah, really.
I'm a huge fan.
Oh, maybe someone else? You can replace the
My
name with
brother.
another.
No, I think I would change I to my brother.
Okay.
My brother is a huge fan of Ronaldo, and from everything I heard from him, despite being in his early 40s, he's still very energetic on his football match. I guess he received Golden Ball for many years. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So running out of ideas. Now, if you guys do want to expand your answers a little bit more, you can talk about the future. Yeah. This is something I often do. You can say, well, I guess hopefully in the future, I often use the adverb hopefully. Okay. So hopefully in the future, he can maintain his form and keep working hard so that he can stay at his best. Okay. Yeah. Lot. Good. Now, moving on to describing people's appearance, looks. Okay. On the board, I have three different photos of people, different body size. Okay. Now, for the first one, Namna, what adjective would you describe this person?
He is skinny,
Skinny, yes. Any other adjective?
um, skeletonish.
Skeleton. Is that even a word? Okay. Yeah. So in English, yeah, we have another expression. You could say skinny, thin, or you could say he has a small build. Yeah. Build just means like your body structure. Okay, small body, small build. Again, you use this structure to describe somebody you know in your name, someone who has a small build. So for me, I used to have a very small build because I was, not eating enough and clearly just maybe sometimes I even could skip breakfast. Yeah, try to save some money to play some video games when I was your age. Which is why
Everybody does that.
yeah, which is why at the time I had a very small build. But now, ever since I got married, I've been getting or putting on a lot of weight. So now my build is probably even extra large, not small anymore.
Same to
Okay.
my father.
I mean, sometimes when you have a wife, right, and she, or in your case, Anne, knows how to cook, then you just gotta eat them all. You can't say no. I know, the person in the middle. What adjective are you gonna use?
I think it's fit or in shape.
Yeah, but what if we use this expression? Then what do we say? He has a chum built.
Well built.
Well built? No. Well built would be like well built with a T. That's an adjective. Okay, so when you go shopping and buy some clothes, yeah, and you look at the sizes of the clothes, the small size, right? And then after that, a bigger size
Medium.
we call medium. Yeah. So for this structure, we can say he has a
medium build.
medium build. Okay. So now let's try to describe some people we know. So, and medium build.
Lots of KOLs on the internet have a medium build.
Mm. Which makes me feel it's
Anything
awesome.
attractive.
Which make me no, they are attractive. You don't feel attractive.
Uh,
Yeah? Attractive is not a feeling. Yeah, you can say
actually,
yeah.
if,
You may feel
um,
attracted, but you don't feel attractive. You can say it makes me they make me feel thirsty, you know? I need to drink a lot of water whenever I see them.
actually, I'm not that man. I'm not a man. So that might
Okay.
couldn't be true.
Okay. Nam thế nào? Small build này.
I know one friend of mine.
Mhm.
He's around um 170 centimeters, but he has a small build. You know, his skeleton like
He's basically a
always go
skeleton.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
skin
yeah.
wrapped in.
Okay. You don't need to sort of use different words that say the same thing. Yeah. You can just talk about maybe
Yeah.
why it's happening, or what do people think of him, of his appearance.
Okay.
So what do people in your class think of him? Do people make fun of him?
I think that he doesn't exercise and
Uh-huh.
spends a lot of time playing games instead of eating. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Rồi, so Nam now, what kind of build do you have now?
I'd say I have a medium build.
A medium build. Would you like to have
Yeah.
the large build like the guy at the last one on the right?
No, I would not. Yeah.
Okay. Rồi, so one thing I want you guys to take note of is there's a lot of adjectives that are similar to a small build, like the one you mentioned, thin, okay, or slim. All these are what I call positive adjectives. That they can be used to give a compliment to somebody, even slender, okay? But there's one adjective that's negative. You guys know what that is?
Skinny.
Skinny. That's right. Okay. Skinny is when you wanna, it's not a compliment. Okay, it's a negative adjective. So it looks like they're not eating enough. We say, "Wow, you look so skinny." No. So let's try to contrast. Give some reasons. Give some examples and results about some of the people we plan to talk about today. uh, by filling in the blank with your own ideas about reasons, results, and maybe even advice. Rồi, and now, number one for you.
It need to be medium build.
Yeah, what would you want it to be something else?
Currently, I've saw a lot of KOLs has a medium build. I guess the
No,
reason
stop
is that
talking about KOL now. Talk about
no,
you now.
no,
Or talk
um,
KOLs. Okay.
I don't know anybody have a medium build around me. Oh, my best friend. Currently, my my best friend has a medium build. I guess the reason is he actually
He?
do no. I guess the reason is she
She.
usually
Okay.
do a lot of exercise, but
Uh-huh.
actually that wait. I think I can finish at that. Really.
Okay, does a lot of exercise, yeah, not do a lot of exercise. Yeah? Always make sure you pay attention to the tenses, the change in word form. uh, when you use he or she. So maybe the reason is, I don't know, she's works out a lot. She's swim longer than you. Okay. Now number two or three.
Um,
Let's do
I
three. Yeah, I think the three one is interesting.
so I'm gonna do number three now or two.
Actually, it's your choice. Whichever one you like.
So I do have a role model,
Mm,
Messi. He who has a small build. The reason is that his genetics isn't like he can't grow that much, and so he has like a small build. And although he's small, it is like an advantage for him on the football field. He can
right.
dribble past people and became the best player in the world right now.
Yeah. Okay, so for players like Messi or Eden Hazard, okay, we often say they have a low center of gravity. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's very easy for them to quickly change
Directions.
directions. Okay. So these are nice language that you can use to describe Messi if you choose to talk about Messi in your answer. The last one, unfortunately, will be long to and. Okay.
Um, I have a friend who has been eating lots of fast food, which
Uh-huh.
is why he has a large bill. I believe that he should more takes more gym session because currently he works out very little, but edits a lot of CapCut with like fancy backdrop.
Yeah. Now we don't say take more sessions, yeah. We say he should work out or hit the gym more often. It's a common expression. Work out. Hey, probably work out more like the way I do swimming every day. Huh? Maybe he can take lessons from you. Okay, so apart from describing people's looks, let's move on to describing people's personality. Okay? Because sometimes when you talk about successful people, they have very good attributes that we can talk about. Okay? So here are eight words or phrases, right? And on the right are their definitions, but they are in random order. Your job is to match the definition with the words left. The question is, do you need 1 minute to think, or do you not need it? And we can start right away. Nam, do you need
Hmm. No, I
it?
guess.
Yeah, good. So let's just do it right away. Yeah. Let's start with the first one. Uh, a pain in the
Neck.
yeah or the ass.
Um, Someone who is very annoying often bothers people.
Very good. Good. That's a pain in the neck. Usually people say a pain in the ass. He's such a pain in my ass. But it sounds a bit inappropriate for the test room, so I have included the neck here. If you choose to use that phrase. Okay, so can you describe somebody using that phrase?
Um, my
Try,
sister.
try to add
Um,
was such a pain. Uh,
my sister is such a pain in the neck. She always annoys me and doesn't listen to my orders. Yeah.
my demands. Okay. Can you be more specific? What do you often order her to do?
So like when she left over some rice, she doesn't clean it up. She just leave it there.
Uh, and you have to finish it.
So I have to get the bowl and just throw it away for her.
Uh, that sounds like a lot of work. Okay.
There's so much more.
Uh, okay. Sometimes some people say that you shouldn't waste food. Uh, that could be one of the idea. Rồi, number two nhé. Now, let's see if you know this word.
Uh, Someone who likes talking to others. Yes,
Yeah, people person. Would you consider yourself to be a people person, Anne?
it's no, actually, I used to talk to the person I have known before.
Okay. Is there a reason why? It's just you're afraid something may happen or something?
Mm, Not that, I guess a little bit introvert in some case,
Uh, no, that's not introverted. I feel like that should be being shy.
maybe.
People often confuse the two words, being introverted and shy. They are
Yeah,
completely different. Yeah. So for me, when people think of me, they say, "Oh, you're an extrovert." Like, nah, I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. I don't like to go out and meet new people, but I'm not shy. If I have to talk in front of many different people, especially students, of course I can do it, no problem. Uh, but it doesn't mean I enjoy it, okay? Because it's very draining, right? Draining of my energy. Uh, so yeah, it's introverted, a bit different from shy. Rồi, make a sentence now, Anna ơi.
Um, I found my friend to be a very people because when wherever she gone to, she always try to find like common ground to talk with other people, and she
Uh,
always make friends very fast.
yeah, unlike somebody, huh? Okay, maybe you can learn a thing or two from her, huh? Rồi, let's move on to number three. Now, now.
um,
Easy, easy.
H, someone who is much better than others.
Mm. You know anyone like that? Way more talented in something.
Messy.
Any other one apart from Messi?
um, Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry?
Yeah, and Magnus Carlsen,
Carlson, okay? Who is?
who is um the goat of chess. He
Uh-huh.
dominated the scene for
10 years
around
now?
15 years. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm. Sometimes your brain should be wired differently, huh? To be able to play chess at that level.
yeah.
Okay.
He plays like a machine. Like
Mm.
insane accuracy.
Yeah. True. At one point, there he was playing against the machine. Like there was a guy cheating, and then somehow he still drew that game. It's really crazy. Okay, number four, Anna, known for
I think it's someone who's willing to spend money to help others.
yeah. Okay. How do you say that word?
Known for generosity.
Where's the stress? And
Second,
no, the third one, generosity. Generosity. Now make a sentence.
uh, after the Jaggistan attack the north of Vietnam, lots
Uh-huh.
of philanthropists known for their generosity, um, lends a lot of help to people who in the mountainous area who share bad effect.
Yeah, but unfortunately, most of them were fake, right?
Yes,
They send 100K and pretend that they send like 100 million. Ridiculous. Okay. That's what the internet and fame will do to you, you know? You will do anything to stay relevant. So, next one of my favorite phrase, a man of my words.
Um, D, someone who keeps their promises.
Yeah, that's right. Are you a man of your words now?
Um, I think not.
You can say, I
So
try to.
I always like promises to take my friends home, but I always postpone it.
Yeah, always make some excuses, right? To
Yeah.
refuse doing it. What about? Do you know anyone who is?
Um, Not actually, no.
No, maybe all your high school students, including your friend Taiyan here, all kind of like that. Breaking promises, failing to deliver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you grow up, you will learn some higher level of responsibility, I guess. Okay, better my words. The next one now, go-getter. Anna.
The person who is determined always tries to accomplish their goals.
Hmm. Are you anyone like that?
It depends on what goal.
That mean when you have to say it, that means you're not. Okay, give me an example of a goal that you are determined to accomplish.
I cannot review anything. Sorry for that.
What? Come on, at least you have one. Everybody has one.
Yeah, I have one, but I cannot reveal now. It's kind of a secret.
Yeah, otherwise you would jinx it, huh? Okay, maybe one day we'll have a chance to listen to it then. Huh? So what is a common goal that people your age are trying to accomplish at?
I think to get into university
That's it.
or having like high score at some like English exam.
But isn't the point of getting a high score is to go to university?
I think it's a high, yeah, it's kind of thing that decide whether you could enter a good university or not.
Mm.
Kind of that.
Oh,
Because like
mm.
the Ministry of Education is trying every people to fail university. I don't know.
Yeah, they're making it much more difficult now. Have you guys tried to do the English test that was given a few days ago?
I actually just skimmed through it, and I think that is if whether the Ministry of Education have anything with the font and they can print a very small letter like that. It's like kiểu cái hướng dẫn sử dụng của thuốc.
Huh?
The
Okay,
letter
give me
looks
some.
exactly like that.
Uh-huh. So like the language is similar to the labels on medicine. Now, according to some people online, that they said they did rely on the assistance of AI to be able to draft some of the reading passages you see on that test. So that's why. Yeah. But I think if your goal should be aiming for a high IELTS reading score, then you shouldn't have any problem with that
So
test. Huh?
actually, all students in my school right now are aim to have a high English qualification so that they just have to take the graduation exam as something they need to do it. Just need to like liệt.
Yeah. Okay, so IELTS is their lifeline, right? They don't want to do that stupid test from the Ministry of Education or Department of Education. Right? Yeah, makes sense. Okay, let's move on to another word here, an underdog. Now.
A person who's considered to be the weakest and least likely to win.
That's true. So when Liverpool is playing against Man United now, who is the
Yes,
underdog?
it's currently it's Man United. Yeah,
Not
unfortunately.
just currently. I think it will be like that forever.
Now they're gonna upgrade and become the statistically they're still the best
No,
Premier
they're
League team,
not.
I guess.
No, that's not
Uh,
true.
English team because they have like Champions League. I don't know.
Also, Liverpool have more Champions League wins, and
Yeah.
they have equal the number of Premier League victories or titles. So if we do the math right, then Liverpool is and will be the greatest English Premier League team.
Are you a fan
Anyway,
of Liverpool?
you can tell, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I am a fan of Liverpool. I have been a fan since 2008, which
Wow.
is around the time that you guys were born, huh? Yeah, that was the time Fernando Torres was playing for Liverpool. I don't know if you know that player.
Yeah, I do.
Mm. But yeah, I guess you know it because from playing FIFA, right?
Um, Not actually, because I sometimes watched his highlights in
Uh,
Chelsea or in Atletico.
Madrid.
Yeah,
But those days were his best, oh sorry, worst forms. Should watch
yeah.
him when he was at Liverpool. Amazing player.
Rest in
Very
peace.
inspirational to me. Him so handsome too. I remember I was trying to copy his play style on the pitch and also his
Wow,
hair and stuff like that. Yeah. Wearing, the headband, trying to flick my hair up, to look cool. Yeah. Fun times.
cool in the girl's eyes.
More like in my eyes. The girls hated it or hated it. Okay, now, so the point of teaching you guys these phrases, okay, it's not really to show off your vocabulary. That's never my goal for you. The goal should be using these phrases as the starting point of your ideas, okay? And then you want to expand it more. So this example, when I talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, okay, I talked about the way he's way more talented than any other football players. So then I would just go deeper, okay, like better in what way, talented in what way, faster and score more goals. Yeah. I also talked about he's a man of his words. So man of his word in what way? Like what promises did he keep? And then I go deeper. Okay. And that should be the general concept for you is use those words as the starting point. And you have to go deeper. Otherwise, you're not gonna have enough ideas for 2 minutes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the last one today when we describe people. Is to talk about their achievements. Because sometimes when they're successful, and we can use some expressions like this. Okay. So here is the first expression that I want you guys to learn. Anna, can you read it for me, please?
I one of his biggest accomplishment is
I
the
guess.
I
Yes.
guess one of Khang's biggest accomplishment is achieving a band 8 in IELTS and become a source of inspiration for many girls. Really?
Trying to connect the sounds. Yeah. I don't know. Just make them stuff up. A source of.
Source of inspiration for many girls.
Yeah. You're not inspired by her? No?
I used to, but actually not. I'm not a fan of Blackpink, but I think that she's not
Very
um,
what?
very like professional in her work.
Yeah. Sometimes she,
Trying to show off.
yeah, true. Okay, makes sense. Nobody's perfect. We live and we learn, especially when we at that age, and we step you're in the spotlight for too long, right? Then you start to be like Henry or sometimes like Chen Tang. It's a typical example. You think that you are much more important than people people make you to be. So let's make a sentence. Yeah, now you first.
Um, I guess one of Messi's biggest achievement is to um win the World Cup and become the greatest footballer of all time.
Yeah, that's true. Winning the World Cup, that was hard.
Yeah,
But thanks to McAllister, the midfielder that helped him
Di
to get there.
Maria.
Maria, yeah, true. So the entire team, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, next expression, yeah? And now make me a sentence with the next one.
I would say
Mhm.
one of the reason why I admire him the most.
Talk about your idol, yeah? Whoever that is.
I would say one of the reason why I admire many students in my school is their high achievement on SAT. They have lots of super scores, and that's it's my dream score too.
What would be the dream score in SAT?
Over 1,900 is best, but
900?
no, 500. But 100 at 1,550 is the super score.
Yeah, okay. All right. So usually it's more common in English to say 1,500. We don't usually say 1,500. That's a bit too long. Say 1,500. Or 1,550. That's a shorter way to say it. No, but now that I think about it, when I was your age, man, score seemed really important. But when you get to college and go to work, nobody cares. They care about the skill that you have. Okay? Can you do the job or not? If you can't, then I can't hire you. Simple as that.
Yeah, but I think that score in my age when we are prepared for
At my
applying
age,
for at my age when we like preparing for apply for any like university, we need to have a high score so we got more chance for scholarship. That's
true.
very important.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very important. That is true. Okay, today I'm going to teach you another very important technique that I often use in part two. Okay, and I often call it changing direction to what you're familiar with. Okay, tức là thay đổi hướng câu chuyện, changing direction. What does that mean? Now, so basically, what it means is when you talk about, I don't know, let's say the topic that you are given is environment, but you like to talk about Elon Musk, right? Then how do you link the story of Elon Musk to environment? Yeah. What do we do? Now, any ideas?
Elon Musk's impact on the environment, like the electric cars,
Mhm.
they don't emit the carbon dioxide into the air, and so
Yeah,
the air is cleaner.
yeah, true. Okay. Or at least that's what he hope this to happen. Okay. So that was something that I would say. I would say something like this. Okay. Well, one thing I like about Tesla is it helps reduce the emission of gasoline cars. As you can see today in many cities, especially mine, Hanoi, we're just having so much problem air pollution, you know? So it's really nice to see that maybe there's a solution for it, you know, like VinFast. Uh, but also they are receiving a lot of criticism for uh, regarding buying an electric car to loving the country. That's what makes people upset. As if we don't buy the car, we don't love the country. No, no. Okay, so that is a topic for your homework today, yeah? And it is describe a person that you admire. Okay, you can follow some of the structures, language that we learned in today's lesson to help you with your ideas. Rồi. Okay, let me send you guys the PDF files if you want to check it out later. Now, Nam and Anna, how are you feeling today? Become a little bit readier to take the IELTS test? The actual IELTS test?
I think that I need to work on a lot of my writings.
Work on your writing, yeah. What do you
Me
feel like
too.
your biggest struggle when it comes to your writing?
Probably how to write a sentence, like how the academic one, like
Do you have any writing work that you want to show me? Yeah, maybe I can help you out a little bit.
actually now I don't have any now, but you know how to improve it.
Yeah, anyway, so if you have any questions, even for writing, just let me know, yeah? Maybe I can help you out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a problem with me getting a 9 in speaking that people often know me just for my speaking. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still an English teacher. I should be able to teach all other skills, you know? Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so, yeah. And do you have any other questions? How are you feeling about the test in the next few weeks?
I'm
Feel
very worried about it.
worried about it? Try to connect the
My
sound of worried about it.
like my friend recently take a test today, and she feedback that the reading is extremely hard.
Uh, it's always
The
hard, similar to the difficulty in the Cambridge. So,
yes, I think I have to practice more volume tests.
uh, and how many Cambridge books have you finished?
I just finished from 12 to 19. Yeah.
All of them, all the way from 12 to 19?
Yeah. No, 12 to 19.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
So like
Oh,
seven books, all of them.
oh, but just for listening and reading skill.
Not for writing, right?
It's writing I often use some like forecast or my teacher give me some
Um,
topic.
yeah, actually, you can go on a website like this. Let me send you guys. Where is it? Talkfirst.vn is basically a website. They summarize all the recent writing topics. Uh, and I feel like if you're comfortable writing all of this, which is around 30 topics, then you should be ready for the test. No issues.
Wow.
Mm. Also, whenever you finish something, just post it on your AI. Like the AI that I use is Perplexity. Okay. Then it should help you to improve your writing even further.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I'll see you guys next week. Okay. Have a great day ahead. Yeah. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.